Every single day, over 300 million people around the world eat pork. But have you ever stopped to think, how does that meat actually get to your plate? What really happens between a piglet's first breath and your next meal? In this video, we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most secretive, high-tech food systems on Earth, the modern pork industry. It's not farming the way your grandparents did it. It's a world of precision breeding, data-driven feeding, AI surveillance, and facilities that can process over 1,000 pigs per hour without a single mistake. How can a pig grow from 2 pounds to over 250 in just 6 months? What role does technology play in keeping thousands of animals healthy and efficient? And what happens inside a plant where no part of the animal goes to waste? No scare tactics, no shock value, just real processes engineered for scale, speed, and consistency. Because that pork chop didn't get to your plate by magic. Behind it is a vast, invisible system of machines, decisions, logistics, and people working in perfect sync. Get ready. You're about to see how a pig becomes meat with industrial precision. It all starts in a lab. Literally, in modern pork production, sows aren't bred the old-fashioned way. They're artificially inseminated using genetic material from boars selected for fast growth, disease resistance, and meat quality. It's not romance, it's science. Each sow has a digital profile, fertility cycles, health history, genetic traits. Technicians follow precise schedules and checklists. Timing is everything. One wrong step, the chain loses efficiency. Once a sow is pregnant, the next 114 days are a controlled countdown. Sensors track temperature, movement, and heart rate. Algorithms flag anything unusual before it becomes a problem. Intervention is fast, targeted, and backed by data. As labor nears, she's moved into a farrowing pen, a climate-controlled space with heated floors, padded walls, and filtered air. Everything is designed to keep the mother comfortable and the piglets alive. When piglets are born, usually 10 to 14 per litter, they weigh just 2 to 3 pounds. Within minutes, they are dried off, guided to nurse, and placed under radiant heat. In the first few hours, they receive iron, vaccines, and warmth. Even this part is tracked and logged. By the end of the first day, each piglet has a digital tag. The system knows who they are, what they've received, and how they're doing. Nothing in this process is random. It's optimized for scale, precision, and survival. Because in this industry, every piglet is more than just livestock. It's an asset, and every asset is managed down to the gram and the minute. This is the new biology of food production, where life begins in data, and every heartbeat is part of a system built to feed millions. Once piglets make it past the first few weeks, they enter a new phase, growth. But this isn't just about feeding and waiting. It's a carefully engineered process where every pound, every hour, and every decision counts. First, piglets are grouped by age, size, and behavior. Keeping similar pigs together reduces fights, improves digestion, and allows for more accurate data tracking. It's like managing a sports team. Efficiency starts with balance. They live in climate-controlled barns with automated ventilation, stable temperatures, and regulated humidity. Why? Because a comfortable pig grows faster, eats better, and gets sick less. Feeding is no longer manual. It's automated and personalized. Each growth stage, nursing, transition, fattening, finishing, has a specific feed formula tailored for muscle development and energy needs. Some systems weigh each pig daily and adjust the ration in real time. It's nutrition by algorithm. Floors are designed for drainage. Dry surfaces reduce infection risks, support hoof health, and make cleaning easier. Even water is controlled through smart valves that detect usage patterns and prevent waste. Sensors scan movement, feeding times, and vocal behavior. AI-driven software flags abnormalities early, allowing staff to respond before a problem becomes an outbreak. Veterinarians don't just step in when there's illness, they schedule preventive visits, manage vaccinations, and review digital reports daily. It's proactive animal care. In just 5 to 6 months, a piglet grows from 2 to over 250 pounds, not through luck, but through consistency, comfort, and complete data integration. In this world, a pig is more than an animal. It's a data point, an asset, a living product of a system optimized to deliver food at scale. And every ounce of that growth is planned down to the minute. When pigs reach market weight, around 250 pounds, the most delicate and tightly timed part of the process begins. Transformation. Transport is planned down to the mile. Pigs are loaded onto special trucks with non-slip floors, active ventilation, and automatic temperature control. Everything is designed to reduce movement, prevent panic, and protect meat quality. Even the routes are chosen for stability and speed. Once at the plant, pigs are allowed to rest in holding pens with clean water, filtered air, and calm lighting. This short adaptation period lowers stress hormones and stabilizes muscle chemistry. Why does that matter? Because less stress means better texture, color, and taste. It's not just humane, it's smart business. The slaughter process follows strict animal welfare protocols. CO2 chambers or electrical stunning render pigs unconscious instantly. No fear, no pain. Humane treatment isn't just the right thing to do, it also preserves meat integrity and safety. From here, the process moves fast. Carcasses are rinsed and dropped into a scalding tank to loosen hair. Mechanical brushes clean the skin, followed by singeing with open flame to sterilize the surface. Then comes one of the most sensitive procedures, the abdominal incision. It's done with surgical precision to remove internal organs without damaging them. A single slip could contaminate the meat. That's why only highly trained operators perform this step under constant video monitoring. Organs are sorted, edible parts go to food processing. Others head to pharmaceutical, cosmetic, or industrial uses. Nothing is discarded unless it must be. The carcasses are pressure washed again and moved into massive cold chambers. There they undergo thermal shock, a rapid drop in temperature that halts bacterial growth and locks in freshness. At this stage, each carcass gets a digital code. That ID links to data about the pig's origin, handling, and timeline. This traceability continues through cutting, packing, and delivery right to your grocery store. The whole process, from arrival to chilling, takes under 3 hours. It's a seamless choreography of humans, machines, sensors, and protocols. Quiet, fast, and almost invisible. You may never see this system in action, but if you've ever eaten pork, you've already trusted it. Once a carcass is fully chilled, it's ready for the most intricate stage of all, butchering. Here, a single animal becomes dozens of separate products, each with its own market, price, and purpose. This isn't guesswork. It's a blend of anatomy, commerce, and high-tech analysis executed in minutes. Precision is the name of the game. First, the environment is sterile and climate-controlled. Workers wear sanitized gear and use calibrated knives, sharpened daily. But the real intelligence comes from above. Cameras, sensors, and lasers scan the carcass from all angles. They detect fat thickness, muscle distribution, and bone alignment. Algorithms instantly calculate the most profitable cut strategy. Robotic arms do the heavy work. They make standardized cuts: ribs, loins, hams, bellies, each trimmed to commercial specs. Operators handle fine-tuning and manage the specialty pieces. But the magic is in the transformation of what used to be considered scraps. Trimmings become hot dogs, sausages, meatballs. Bones are converted into broth, gelatin, or animal feed. Fat becomes soap, biodiesel, or even cosmetics. Skin goes into collagen and pharmaceuticals. Blood is processed into fertilizer and protein supplements. In the modern plant, waste doesn't exist, only inputs for other industries. Each product is labeled and tracked. Packages carry codes linking back to the pig's origin, processing date, facility, and even batch line. This full transparency builds consumer confidence and meets strict regulations. Nothing escapes data. From a gourmet pork chop to a bar of soap, the system knows where it came from and where it's going. This butchering stage usually takes less than 10 minutes per animal. Yet in that time, one pig becomes over a dozen separate products, moving toward different supply chains, from supermarkets to export crates. It's the final act of a system that maximizes value by design. Every gram has intent. Every cut has a buyer. What started as a single animal ends as a full catalog of outputs, monetized, optimized, and accounted for. Because in this industry, there's no such thing as leftover. Only total utilization, by design, by data, and with absolute purpose. When you see a package of pork at the store, you're not just looking at food, you're seeing the final step of a massive, invisible machine. A machine that begins in genetics labs and ends in refrigerated trucks, where biology, engineering, logistics, and human effort come together in total sync. There's no improvisation here. Every pig that's born, raised, processed, and shipped is part of a system built for scale and precision, a system designed to feed millions every day without fail. But behind all the automation, there are people. Technicians, veterinarians, engineers, cleaners, drivers, thousands of hands that keep the gears turning, checking, fixing, improving. This isn't about glorifying the industry, it's about understanding it. Because the more we know about where our food comes from, the more we can appreciate the work behind it and the choices we make at the table. So next time you pick up a piece of pork, take a second. Think of everything behind that cut. The genetics, the sensors, the algorithms, the labor. And remember, it's not just meat, it's the result of one of the most complex, efficient, and invisible systems on the planet, designed to feed the world.